my baptismal name is Carolyn. And then in religion, I was named Sister Mary Agnes. And then I went back to my baptismal name because it was my dad said he will always call me Carolyn. And we had that choice at the time. And my mom and dad, yeah, they, Agnes and Lawrence Hoying. And my dad was a farmer and moved into, and we lived on the home place when they moved from Germany. So our farm is now about 150, no, it's more than that. Yeah, about 150 years old. Mm-hmm. And so the family farm is still in the family. One of my brothers now has the farm, and his sons are farming it as well, and they will take over the farm. So, but it's a neat little community of Egypt. You know, we went to church every day, and I went to a public school, but we had sisters as our teachers, and you know, we had religion class, though, because it was a public school. We had religion classes in the basement of the church. And so, you know, that was a difference compared to a lot of people that, you know, went to a Catholic school. Or, I mean, went to a public school. They didn't have that same opportunity of a religion right there. Well, I am now into my 52nd year of religious life. And I have been, my ministries have been varied, somewhat varied. I started off, I've been a teacher most of my life. And so, that you probably don't want to know where, or maybe you do. At St. Rita's in Dayton, Ohio, and then I went to Fort Recovery, which was a rural area. And then from there I went to Virginia, and taught there. And then from Virginia, I went to Resurrection in Dayton. And then from Dayton, I went to Salina, Ohio, to Immaculate Conception. From Immaculate Conception, then I became a principal. Next, and then I became principal in Wapakoneta at St. Joe's Catholic School, and then from there I went to Colorado, to St. John the Evangelist Catholic School. And it was in that town, or at St. John's, that I was the new principal. I was the only religious in the city of Loveland, Colorado. So that was an interesting thing. And then from there, the community called me to be vocation coordinator for our community. And presently, I am a volunteer here at the Precious Blood Ministry of Reconciliation, working with on the south side of Chicago. I just remember when I was 6 that I wanted to become a sister. And I thought I wanted to be a sister of the Precious Blood because I had a first grade teacher. Well, we had a 2-room schoolhouse, and so it was first, second, third, fourth grade. We had the same teacher, and then 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, we had the same teacher. So she was a sister of the Precious Blood. She had just come from California, and she was always talking about California and about, you know, the people that were, you know, she had the black, the red, the yellow, the white, you know, the brown, the people of all these different colors. And it just sounded like she just loved them so much. And so I said, I think I want to be like her. And at the same time, I had an aunt. My dad's sister was a sister of the Precious Blood, and she was an educator, and we only got to see her very, very seldom during those days, but she got to come home just once, I think, twice that she came home. And, you know, so you just ever heard about her. And so, you know, but I think it was the first grade teacher that was really my influence. And then later on, I was talking about with my mom, you know, she asked me at Christmas what I wanted for Christmas, and I said, oh, I would like, if I could just have a sister doll, you know. And, you know, and I still believed in Santa Claus, so I thought, you know, that's what I wanted for Christmas. That was most important. Anyway, so I got one. So, you know, later on I found out how Mom went and asked, okay, how do you make that? And to get it pretty much like they looked. And anyway, and so I don't think Mom thought that I was going to become a sister, but they were just following, you know, what I was saying and doing it. And then later on, when I was in the 7th grade, well, we had the Franciscan Sisters of the Poor come begging for food in the summertime. And so I would always talk to them, and they would send me their information. And so I thought, maybe I want to be one of them, because they're right here, you know. I was still thinking Sister was in California, Sister Leonarda, you know, she had come from California. Anyway, so then when I was in the 8th grade, I asked my teacher, I just said, you know, I was interested in becoming a sister. She goes, no way, you would never make a sister. So, because I was a tomboy, and, you know, nobody thought Sister Justiniana did not think I would be the sister. I have a cousin who was going to become a sister too, was the same age, and she was positive she was going to become a sister, but not me. But as it turned out, I'm the person who became the sister, and I think it's because maybe it was, I don't know, you know, I can't really say that I felt like I was called to that, but I never changed it. And so, you know, as we learn it, you know, as you get older and you start realizing, oh, this is a call. I think it is a call. And so I became a Sister of the Precious Blood rather than the Franciscan. And this is the reason, because Mom and Dad took me, okay, so we're going to look at the Franciscans because that's what I was talking about the most. And so, okay, we're going to go for visiting. So we went, and I went inside, and it was so dark in the building. And then I said, oh, I can't do this. Too dark. Too dark. I need light. I need something. And I could just feel that. It was the strangest thing anyway. And then my uncles, 3 of my uncles live in Dayton, right across from the mother house of the Sisters of the Precious Blood. And they have a high school there, and so I knew from Regina, and also my cousin Barbara Ann Hoying, and so, and Regina Albers is from Egypt, where I'm from. Anyway, so we were going for a parish picnic at Precious Blood to support, you know, my mom's brothers. And then I said, do you think I could we go over there and just see what it's like? And so my mom took me. I can't remember if Dad did, but I remember Mom for sure. Anyway, you get there, and there was just one of the Fatima girls left. One of the high school girls was left. Her parents hadn't come to pick her up yet. And she was watching the Reds baseball game. I loved baseball. And the light, that room was so bright with the sun was just beaming in there. And so, you know, this Fatima girl, she's taking me around and everything, and I said, this is where I'm going to go. And so we got the papers and everything, and went back to the picnic, and then I had to get it signed by my 8th grade teacher, and she's like, I don't know, but she signed it. And so there I went. But it was because of the light. And then later I found out that high school girl, she's still in our community, a good friend, Janine. Anyway, and she said she was never, ever asked to give a tour. And so that made her day. She was a senior. She was going to be a senior. And anyway, so I said, well, you know, she had 100% of her vocation efforts were answered.